Good morning. How are you,
Hi.
Aleš?
You know,
Oh, yeah. Aleš is a
not
little bit
that
under the
well.
weather because he's finally succumbed to COVID, but he's over the worst of it. And it wasn't too bad, right, Aleš?
No, it was an easy
Oh,
one.
yes. So we're doing
My
the black
first
and white
one.
theme. Yeah. We're doing the black and white theme. I'm wearing my new Hacktoberfest 2023 t-shirt that arrived just in time for WikiTree Day. I showed it off in a couple of those videos. So thank you for all who came out. My name is Greg Clarke, but with me is Aleš, and this is Ask Aleš Anything. And we postponed things 1 week, partly because Aleš was vacationing, vacationing with some bugs, apparently. And also it was WikiTree Day and the lead up to WikiTree Symposium. So it was a good week to delay things. So here we are. And Aleš, we have some questions to start the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those of you, welcome to everyone who's here live and joining us live. And those who are watching this after the fact, welcome to you as well. Those who are live, please put a question in the chat if you have anything for us. Aleš will be happy to answer those. And if you're watching after the fact, you can always add a question to the video underneath or to the G2G post. Often we go back to the previous month's G2G post and people ask questions after we've already done the live cast. So either of those are great places to ask questions for Aleš. So Aleš, do you want to screen and start off? Which one should we go through just in the order in which they showed up?
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
So what was the first one?
So the first question was from the ONS OPS, which I believe are the One Name Studies, One Place Studies Research Party. So that was one of the cool things about the WikiTree Day and this weekend. They actually had a number of different research parties, like 2-hour blocks where people got together on Zoom and just did some research and helped each other. And I think Sandy Paddock, for one, had 2 brick walls broken down for her during that. So and other people had brick walls broken down, so that was exciting. But anyways, from one of those research parties, the question came, how many magic words can be searched at one at a time? So how many magic words can you string together, I guess?
I think the first limit you would hit is the request size over of the URL. So that means 20 megabytes.
Oh.
Just the length of the query.
The length of the query. So you're really not going to run out of magic words. You're not going to run out of space.
No. I didn't build in any limits.
Right. Okay. So you can string them all on.
It should work. But if you have any problems, you can point it out to me.
That's right. Yeah. I would think the limitation is not so much on the number of magic words, but if every magic word adds more conditions, you're limiting your size till you get to a point where you might rule out all possible answers. All possible.
Yes, but it works faster and faster then.
Oh, it does. Okay. Well, that's good.
Because it's less data to query.
Okay. Well, I wonder if we want to pull up WikiTree Plus and just do an example of one, say 4 or 5 magic words in a row, just to prove to the people that there's not really a limit.
Okay. I mean, you were doing relatively long queries with when you used that for the 10 profiles of for featured profiles.
Right.
So I don't know. We can go.
Well, unsourced is is a magic word, right?
Okay. Yes, it is.
Unsourced. And let's see what
we can do. Public.
Okay.
18th century.
Good. Yeah. Okay.
Then we can. What else can we use? We can use mail.
Okay.
We can use. Since the last one, I did this.
Oh, I saw that the other day. Yes, that is very exciting. People, did you see what he did? You can extend the text box so you can make it nice and large, and You don't have to scroll over back and forth. That is, it seems like a small thing, but it's such a huge thing in terms of usability. So thank you for doing that.
And then we can put or and repeat the query with, for instance, 19th century.
Okay.
So now it's relatively long.
You've got
and
an
we
extra
have
or
no
again.
search. Huh?
Oh,
yeah.
227.
So
there we go.
Actually, for the first query, we got 0 matches. Yeah, there is no public profiles in 18th century.
Oh, right. Public is
green.
Public is green as opposed to the Yes, right. They're wide open. Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. That makes sense.
So,
okay.
Usually, if you are writing complex queries, it pays to check at the end the search log.
Yeah.
When I break down the search into OR. So this, for instance, is one and the other condition, and then I perform OR operation on them. So it's 12,000 and 200, and here is a total of using the OR condition.
And look, it rounds up to a nice round number.
No,
Now, wow.
It's even divided by 3, right?
Yeah. Very nice. Very cool. Some more math for my math workshop. Okay, so there you go. Lots of, there really is no limit, no practical limit, because you're not going to write so many words that it'll go beyond the number of characters allowed in the text box. So that's good news. Then we have the next comment is actually just a thank you for restructuring the batch categorization on WikiTree Plus. Love that it's at the top and doesn't open a new page.
Okay, this is the where is it?
The batch categorization.
Yep. Oh, here. This is the WikiTree browser extension.
Oh,
now since the Plus is part of the WikiTree domain, it also WikiTree browser extension also works on WikiTree Plus. So we have 1 or 2 things already available here. For instance, you can. I will show. So one is batch categorize, and the other is. Let me duplicate the page.
Oh.
Let's go to suggest. Oh, actually, it should work here. No, here. Yep. So we have space page previews. So if you are searching for pages, categories, I don't know, cemetery. I'm sure we will find a few.
Yeah, there'll be a few cemeteries.
And now when you hover over the cemetery, it should display. It should.
Oh. That's interesting. Wonder if I've got it.
Maybe it's too long. This is too long page because it's 80,000 matches. I think it takes a while to process actually everything.
Now, as you're saying that those are categories and not space pages.
It doesn't matter. It works on project pages, as you can see now, on help pages.
Wow.
And also space pages.
Look at that.
It should also work on categories, I think, and the templates. Yeah, I think it works on all pages.
Look at that. That's very neat.
Okay, these two are not. And on categories, it also works. It doesn't display the items in, but you see the text of a category. That was just, there was 80,000 results, and takes minutes for
Right.
your WikiTree browser extension to actually redesign the page.
Right. That makes sense. Yes.
But the other thing that is interesting is batch categorized. This is Ian and Florian wrote this. So
okay.
here, when you check, it's now on all search pages, search results, and you can select. Okay, I want this, and this. These three profiles categorized to, I don't know. Let's see something.
So you can add categories to them directly?
Semi-directly.
Semi-directly, okay.
So you can select here the category.
Okay.
And then you press the button Cut a Lot.
Cat a lot.
And it will open 3 new pages with edit pages of these 3 profiles where the category is added.
Oh, okay.
Already.
But you're in edit mode, so you still have.
Yeah, you have to then save, and you have to save then the profiles. But it does write the category and
even gives you the description too, the explanation.
Yeah, that's usually what we try to do because for those automated processes, it's important that you know what was done.
Yes.
Even if you're just watching the logs, change logs.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Mind blown. This is very exciting. Wow. That's amazing. I did not realize that had been. I didn't realize that the WikiTree browser extension could extend to WikiTree Plus at all.
Yeah, it had some difficulties, but during the Oktoberfest I did fix those, so now
so
it
is
works.
new. Yeah, that's great.
So this, I did discuss it with Florian. I think it will only be available on profile search because this is the place where it's usable. I don't see someone categorizing space pages or something like that based on search results. The other thing where it might be useful is on cemeteries. So
yes,
that is
for adding people into the cemetery category.
yeah, but not all over the place. But wait, where can I? Okay, I have to search for a cemetery. Okay, space pages. Okay, no categories here. Okay, let's go for Žale. Most likely we will put it on this page. Okay, this is not a good example because it doesn't. Let's go to some other cemetery. Let's go to Oak.
Okay. I can. I put here's
Okay, so this one might be good.
Found one. Okay, because I was going to give you.
It has 300 profiles in it, so it's middle-sized. Wrong button. So here, when you have WikiTree Plus report that compares the data to find the grave,
right.
It also finds. Okay, this one is actually complicated because it has several cemeteries connected to it.
Ooh.
Okay, we should choose another one.
Well, I put in the chat my local cemetery where my parents and grandparents are buried. I don't know if that's too
not
small a
that
one.
easy for me.
No,
On private, probably.
the private chat, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that going to help? Let's just see.
It will. The first one, probably.
Not New South Wales. No, it should be.
No, this is Minnesota.
Oh, that's funny. No, it's in.
What did you write wrong? It's in French. It's not a cemetery.
I know it is I typed it in the text search, or am I? I just typed that text in the text. I put the word cemetery afterwards.
Yeah.
But is it?
It would be also saint. It's in Canada, right?
It's in Canada, yeah. Mara Township, or Ramara Township. It's Ontario. I'm sure there is a category for it. Though I know there's some of my relatives I have not actually added to.
Is this one it?
That's the one, Up to Grove. Yep. That's the one. Is that going to give you what you need?
Most likely.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay, this one is also not matched with Find a Grave.
Oh. There is an entry in Find a Grave. Oh, but it's not matched.
Yeah, it's not matched completely. I don't know why.
Okay. The Clarke there, I bet you those Clarks are my Clarks, though. Are those ones that are in or the ones that are not in?
So in this category, maybe the ID of this category is wrong.
Oh.
That is most likely the reason. So we have, this is the Find a Grave.
Okay.
ID.
St. Columkille Roman Catholic. That's it, and that's the church. That's the church I grew up.
221 5602. 221 5602. 221 5602. It's the correct one. Why it is red?
Sorry. We're taking a bit of a detour here through my local cemetery.
I don't know why it's linked. I can look into it later.
Okay.
But most likely it's something wrong with it. Maybe there are two or something like that. But now, okay, these profiles here are already categorized. So this report has two parts. This is the cemetery for the WikiTree category part, and we have. So in this category, these profiles are all on this cemetery, and we have also these two profiles without Find a Grave memorial found actually, and these two are even without Find a Grave link or definition to Find a Grave, which is nothing wrong, but I don't know, it is something to see. And here on the lower part are all profiles on WikiTree that have this cemetery listed as being on a profile. So on a profile, if you have a link to Find a Grave memorial, there is also information for the cemetery, and all these profiles do have this cemetery defined. This in the lower part, these are already in the category, and this one are not.
So those are the ones.
So those could be categorized to this category. So we would have all of them that are buried here. And here is another place when we will most likely add the catalog function.
Okay, that's
So
good.
you will quickly be able to categorize these profiles to this category.
Nice. I recognize almost all of those names. Yeah.
Okay, I will look later why this is red.
Yeah. Okay.
Should be some reason, but let's continue with the question.
Let's continue. Okay. Well, that was a nice little diversion. Thank you. Interesting. Yeah. So that will be very cool. So that part isn't added yet inside the cemetery report, but it's something you're thinking of adding, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
No, actually, it will be the part of extension, but
part of the extension. Yes. Yes.
Here it will support it.
Right. So now we have wow. It's like peanut butter and chocolate all over again. We've got WikiTree Plus, all that goodness, and the WikiTree browser extension, all that goodness mixed together. It just makes
another goodness that will probably come soon is the sort on the challenge stats.
Ooh, nice. I look forward to that.
It's already written on WikiTree. You can sort all tables, and I just need to enable it for WikiTree Plus and check if everything works, and you will be able to sort the normalized numbers, for instance.
Normalized numbers. Nice. And then also, what was that? The one table, the user table, where currently it only shows the users alphabetically. With the CC7.
Yeah.
Being able to see, who's improved their CC7 most would be kind of a cool, nice sort. Oh, looking forward to that. But we have to wait till January now for our next Sourceathon or Connectathon.
Well, no, it will be okay.
I mean, if to use it in a challenge, though, there's challenges going on all the time, aren't there?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So we can use so we don't have to wait quite that long. Anyways, very cool. Moving on. Okay, we're on to our 20 minutes in, and we're finally on to our third request.
Okay, this wasn't really a question, so we were free to talk about it.
We're free to talk about it. That's right, yeah. This is why, though, on WikiTree Day, they made sure that all of my slots were limited to an hour, and I had to stop within the hour. Anyways, here we are. M. Cole asks, is there a way to get a project's top 25 profiles by views? And by project, I mean project managed. No. Okay, well, that's a really short answer.
Although you can get some help with that. So, okay, you could use project managed to get all profiles managed by projects. And so one of the interesting things would be to use, I would add 5-star.
Right, yeah, the stars sort size.
Because at least 5 stars. That limits the results to profiles with a lot of views.
Right.
So here would be, and okay, also I wouldn't do it for all projects at once. So I would choose, for instance, WikiTree 11 and 5 stars, and I would get all profiles managed by this project that I don't know. And now, okay, it's still a lot of results. Yeah, these are huge projects.
Yeah, I was going to say, what about
some are really huge, so there it's not as good. But one in this list now is are all the top 25 profiles. I did check; it doesn't. This number doesn't export to Excel. That would be one possibility to add it to export, and you could sort it then there. But
don't bug me now, brother.
Yeah, it is a brother.
Is it your brother?
But this is not really that useful info to edit to all Excel exports.
Right.
So if they need this for some special report, they could ask me, and I would prepare a special export for them.
Okay. Yeah. If the query, I wonder if the query had one of the stars keywords in it, like if this query had the query string had 5 stars in it, could you add that number to the export, or do you don't customize the exports based on
I do add some things to the exports that are asked for, and I find useful for for many people, but not such explicit.
The number of views, yeah. Right. And is that total views or just it's total views?
This is total views. Actually, this is a bit more complex. This is total views reported by WikiTree. WikiTree has its own counter, how many times the page is served. So, but here it doesn't. This is just how many times it was created and served. So if one person is opening the same page each day, this number grows.
Right.
It can be also some mishaps. For instance, once a user dropped his headphones on F5 key and it refreshed the profile for a whole night until he was blocked by system.
That's funny.
But it increased the number to 100,000, I think. So that's why we have a failsafe, and this is views in last year reported by Google Analytics, and this is by different users. So 2,900 different people were visiting this page last year.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Good. Okay. So, well, that is the answer that we have so far. So, but if you are part of a project, you manage a project, and you do need this, then talk to Aleš, and he'll give you some help. Now, there was a question. So Robert is new and asks, how do I get into this plus area of WikiTree? So I did put the link. The easiest way to get in is just to type plus.wikitree.com, and that'll get you there. But if you look on Aleš's screen, the logo for WikiTree Plus, if you're on any page inside WikiTree and you see that WikiTree Plus logo with the plus in a red circle, that will take you there automatically.
Like this?
Like that one, yes. So there's lots of pages that you'll end up on WikiTree, and you'll see that little logo. And if you click on that, it'll open up WikiTree Plus. But the fastest way is just to start typing plus.wikitree.com. For me, I find that the fastest now. So there is that. Yeah. Oh, Azure was giving us another category or another cemetery before I gave you mine. Okay, so there's the. Okay, so Alan was
question.
Oh, yeah. He has 2 questions. So the first one is there somewhere a timestamp for the data dump? If not, can you provide one?
It is on every page created, I think. So here at the bottom, you can see. Maybe I have to.
Yeah, there we go.
Date of the report.
It's the very bottom of the page.
Here is when the query was created in Slovenian time. And here is date of data, which is November 5th, 2023.
Right.
So even if you save the page, you can later see when it was created. Also on all the report, I think on all pages, this information is added. So if you go to unsourced lists that are prepared in advance,
There it is.
No, this is when it was created. Oh, yeah, here it isn't.
Ooh.
Or maybe, wait, maybe I have to go to the original page.
Is Alan in the chat? I didn't see him yet.
No, here it's not.
Donna Azure.
On these reports, it is not visible because the date is already in the name.
Oh.
So here you have the 2023 1105.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because these
Here's
are prepared weekly, and it's the URL changes each week. So
okay.
there is no need to actually write the date.
Okay, so Alan is in the chat now. So the answer is either it's on the report at the bottom, or it's in the name up in the URL.
There is also one URL that has the information when data are available, but it's in JSON format, so that's used by extension to check the freshness of data if they need to.
Okay, so Alan, since you're in the chat, is there any report that you're thinking of that doesn't have, you can't find the data either at the bottom or at the top in the URL? And if you find one, put the link in the chat for us to investigate. Okay. Do you hear Finnegan whining in the background? I think he sees his cousin dog and he wants to go out and play, but I'm not going to let him because he'll run off to the farm and then that won't be good. So where is it on that page? So if you're at a so there's two things. If the report has the name in the URL, then it's not written on the page. It's written up in the URL in the link that you click on. So at the very top. And because of the way we can zoom in, but it only zooms in the page, it doesn't zoom in the URL. So you can't really see, but up there in the URL is the date.
I can show it again.
Yeah.
So I went here, and on a suggestion report,
okay.
It's here. Okay, here is also the date of the latest report.
Yeah, so if you're
present,
getting it from there.
And then when you are looking the final page, it is here as part of, it's in the URL, it's the date. So 2023 1105.
Okay, so
it was on Sunday.
Okay, so he's asking us to look at this one specifically.
Which one? I don't see.
Category England unsourced profiles.
So unsourced profiles for England.
Okay, and see at the bottom there, the bottom of that.
No, this is the time of the report creation. So
yes,
this is not the right one.
Oh, it's not the right one.
But here, when you go to, when you are reviewing the page, here it is the date.
Okay, you see that, Alan? Hope so.
In year for digit year, to digit month, and to digit date.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to see right now. Yeah, and if he's only got one screen, then he's using that one screen to watch us, and it's hard to. Okay. So then he has his second question is he would like a listing of profiles for persons born in Cheshire, England, during the 1820s. So anywhere from 1820 through to 1829. He's already started a search.
Simple.
Do you see what
He was almost right.
He was almost
Almost.
right. Oh, is it the capital B? Should it be a small b?
No, no.
Okay.
He didn't read the instructions completely, but
Well, we're all guilty of that sometimes.
no problem. It's also hard to understand everything.
Yeah.
So this part was correct
Mhm.
for country and region. For dates, it's not okay because this form means if you go beyond the table, here are explained these birth dates, and this will return only the private profiles
Private.
in 1950s.
So close, but oh,
Yeah.
that one little word, private profiles.
Yeah, no, but the idea was close enough. So,
Mhm.
okay, now if as the other suggestion was to use it like this, birth 1820, but
Mhm.
that does a single year.
Right. Yes.
The solution to the problem is to exclude birth and use the S at the end. This will return all profiles that were alive in 1820s.
Okay.
And we can then exclude all that were alive in 2010.
Ah,
And
okay.
now we will get all that were born in 1820s.
There we go. Alive in the 20s, but not alive in the 10s. Yeah. Because you can't leapfrog from the 1800s to the 1820s.
We can also add kind of condition to reach the, oh, not net. It's not, sorry.
Oh, not. Net. Oh, that's interesting.
Not. Okay, so.
Oh, okay.
Many profiles.
Wonder what net was doing.
Well, it was probably finding something .net in domain URL name.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, if you're not specific, if you don't use the field qualifiers, then it can be often some
Anything,
mixture of anything.
Yeah.
You could also add, for instance, 1820s and 1830s. That would, I mean, now this would return mostly the ones that reached adulthood, kind of.
So this means they have to be alive in the 20s and in the 30s.
Okay, it could be still 1 year old, but
right. Yeah.
Up to 19.
Right. Oh, that's neat. By putting them together. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
Alan, you were really close, Alan. Really, really close.
You can even continue with this on 40s and 50s to find all that were really old, for instance.
Yes. We lived to a nice age.
70s. So now we will have.
Yeah, let's see how. From Cheshire. Cheshire can't be that large. I'm sure this will be a smaller number. Still over 500, though. Really? Oh, that's impressive.
1900.
Altogether? 1901, yeah. Huh.
These are 70 years or more.
Okay.
So these decades are do have some very powerful options.
Yes. I didn't realize that you could actually put multiple decades in that one date thing.
Well, this forum defines if he was alive in that decade.
Yeah, that's right. And why not stack them together? Well, it's much nicer than just putting a bunch of ors or ands, I guess it would be in this case. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay, you could just cheat and say like this.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. That would be much.
This should give the same result.
It should give the same result. Yes. Yes. Unless they take a time machine and leave the 20s, jump into the 80s. Yes. So a few Doctor Who companions might qualify, but not many. And how would you put that in your profile? How would you put that in your WikiTree profile? I traveled with the Doctor and was gone for 50 years. I don't think so. Okay, so that's the last question there. But Trisha has asked us a new one, or maybe it's a follow-up for from our St. Columkille's venture. She says, I don't know if this is off topic, but why am I getting red on this Union Cemetery of Deland, Florida report?
Well, you were also getting red on your.
And I was getting red in the St. Columkille's as well. So I don't know if you want to investigate that, and if there's a simple if we can find it right away, then we'll answer it. If not, then we might have to get back to you. Because your initial thought was, Aleš, that the find a grave ID number was wrong or different.
No, all are wrong. I mean, it seems that something was wrong with the reports.
Okay, so they're all doing that now.
Yep.
Okay.
I do import cemetery category data each day, and today there were some problems.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay.
So there is a Slovenian explanation for this, which none of us have figured out, but that could be, but that's okay.
Like, this is much more understandable.
Oh, there we go. Application made attempt. There we go. There he is.
You can even check the call stack. You see.
Wow.
So. Okay. This is temporary problem. It seems I have to restart the import of categories.
Okay.
Something was wrong, and I didn't really investigate before.
Well,
but it kind of works.
It kind of works.
Separate.
Well, it does separate those who are in and those who aren't. And it's very cool. It's very cool that it as long as it sees that find a grave in the source citation, it knows that it should be connected to a cemetery category.
All these profiles have. I mean, it is possible that it's not really buried there in case that it's just a cenopath or memorial, but usually it is.
Yeah.
So all this could probably be in a category. Oak Grove Cemetery.
Nice.
So, and then you get all those options to see your relatives in the local cemetery.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there was a couple of those names that popped up when you were showing my local cemetery, who I recognized, but I had known because I thought they were just in-laws of one of my cousins, so I didn't think they were related. But when I clicked on them, at one point, this was a couple getting ready for the July Connect on it, I think. I clicked on them and realized, they actually are connected. Back a few more generations, they actually married a Clarke at one point. So there was a connection I didn't even realize. Yeah.
That's okay. He's on local cemetery, so there must be some connection somewhere.
Oh yes, Lamb. Yeah, there are
in the future.
Okay then. So is this Azure is saying that the report for the Fairmont Cemetery is showing other cemeteries in addition to Fairmont? Is this all?
If there are multiple, then it's probably something wrong. Which one? Did she put it in the chat?
So
probably.
And it's the Fairmont Cemetery in Raton, New Mexico.
I don't know how to spell all that.
Okay, well I'll type it out
Okay, I know.
in the
I
private.
found.
Fairmont Cemetery.
Copy. We don't have copy here.
No, that's the only. I put it in the. I put it in the private chat. Oh, there she put the list there. Let's see.
I clicked that. Okay.
And I don't know if NM is fine or if you need to spell out New Mexico.
We can probably delete New Mexico.
Yeah, there's only the one. Raton seems like a pretty unique. Well, actually, that's a word for rat, isn't it? Raton. That's not a very nice name. If I'm translating it properly, it must mean something else.
Okay, so here we have.
Oh, I am right.
So, yeah, this is a huge cemetery with really a lot of profiles. So this one has both errors in both directions. So it has. So in Fairmont Cemetery, Raton, Mexico, there is this profile here that is in this category, but Find a Grave says that he is buried on this cemetery.
In Santa Fe. Oh, okay.
So this is something to look into. Most likely one of the sites is wrong, but it's not for me to decide, but maybe someone can. You have here links to both to a profile and to a memorial. So they do open here. Santa Fe National Cemetery.
Okay.
It can also be a mistaken identity that also often happens. So you should check. Okay, this is wife of Clarence, but parents, siblings. Okay, from relatives we won't
there's
see
husband
much.
Clarence Edward in just in the text, not it. So Clarence Edward. As you're saying that it was further down that was the problem. Though, I mean, what you're showing is good for people to know about those discrepancies.
Well, I don't know. This would really need to be looked into.
Yeah, you need to look at that. But I think, as you said, that it's further down in that cemetery report page that the multiple.
Yeah, okay. That's this is one kind of mistake.
Yes, that's one kind of thing, and that's important for people to realize, so you can investigate.
This is also one of the things that most likely need to be corrected. Although a person can have two memorials on Find a Grave. Although there is a protocol to especially mark that, it can be duplicate memorial, and it says so, and then it's excluded from reports, but mostly it isn't.
Right.
And then, okay, further down is the.
She said about 2/3 of the way.
Yeah, I know where.
You know what she's talking about. Okay.
Yeah. So here at the bottom are all other reports. So I think the most problematic is this. When you have like this.
Connecticut. That's a far distance from New Mexico.
Yep. So this memorial, this profile is in these two categories on WikiTree. But it is on this memorial on Find a Grave, but on WikiTree it's categorized in these two cemetery categories. So here something is wrong. I don't know what, but something. Also, this one that is red, Dismal Cemetery. So this memorial close this too. So this private burial is here listed as being buried in cemetery,
France.
Yeah, in France there is a memorial for him. That's on the cemetery.
But he's showing up in Tennessee as well.
Yes, but it is also, but on WikiTree it's categorized in this cemetery. So if you go to his profile, he's also showing up here. So here is a category. This my cemetery, Smithville, Tennessee. Maybe he has a headstone there.
Right.
Maybe it was even buried there, but it has only a memorial in Europe. Who knows? I mean, I don't know, but if someone looks into it, it can be most likely find out.
Right. Yes.
What is the case? So these are the cases where the red, if it's one, it's a red one. If it's multiple categories, they are yellow, or it can be one red and one yellow, or two yellows and one red. One red is actually the right one, and the yellow ones are surplus. Kind
of. Yeah. And if you're using the Find a Grave template, there's a way to indicate which one is the actual burial.
Yeah, you can actually link to two memorials from a profile to find the grave memorials, and then by using same as equals no or yes, you can explicitly define which one to use for categorization and for data check.
Right. Yeah. So that's the solution there. Okay. Good. I'm going to refresh the page in case anyone added a G2G question after the fact. I don't see. No, there's no new questions on the G2G page. Anyone live with us who has any further questions? If you do think of some, add them. But now I'm guessing. Now you were very busy during Hacktoberfest. And you showed us some of the stuff that you did. Is there other stuff on WikiTree Plus that you've added over the last month or so that you'd like to show off?
No, I think that's it. I was working on some other stuff, but I didn't finish it because it was quite a busy month.
Right.
So probably at some time in the future.
Right.
But I did write the first app.
Yes, you did. You want to show that off?
So I can show it a bit.
Okay, that's good. And you know what? I thought when I was looking for the stats for my WikiTree stats roundup, I found a different app that you should write too, which is already written for you. You just have to port it over. Anyway, I'll let you show off what you've done first before I tell you what I. Okay, there we're on the fan chart.
Okay, this is a nice fan chart that
I did
write.
Well, you've got it solid to 5 generations. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now with Curve books available, I think I have quite a few in 6th ones. So
nice.
Yep.
So how far back does that go? Is that 1600s?
Yeah, this is no, it's still 1700. I think 1800 still.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
This one are 1700.
And how early do the church books go?
They go to 1600, but those are not really readable.
Oh. You had messy priests back then too?
No, they didn't use forums, so they were just writing text in Latin, so I really don't understand it.
The Latin can be tricky.
I guess it was in Latin. I'm not even sure.
Well, you know what I found in the going through some Italian records, the Latin, not only is the handwriting difficult, but they actually use shortcuts in Latin, which made it
Yeah,
even
a
more
lot.
harder to figure it out.
A lot.
Like if they use full Latin words, at least we'd have half a chance. But who knows? Anyway, okay, WikiTree maps. WikiTree plus maps.
Okay.
Let's see.
So we will show off your maps, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Mine move around a little bit more than yours.
11007.
There you go. 007.
Let's reduce the zoom a bit.
Look at that. Yes.
So you can write any profiles here, and you can see map the ancestors of that person, descendants of that person. You don't have any.
Well, they're all They're all public or not private.
Yeah, they're all living.
I have
right?
3. You can't see them, but I can see them. But
no, I don't think. No, you can't see them.
Oh no, not in WikiTree Plus.
No,
right.
This is again WikiTree Plus is working completely on database dumps, so only public data is available.
Yeah, so even I would.
I was thinking of if there was a way to actually get your profiles via the API while you are logged in, and I could do that. I could also transfer that data to my server, but then I have to store it into a layer or a table, something like SQL table, and that's already duplicating private data that is not allowed by WikiTree rules.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm not. Maybe someday in the future. That this will be available because I have an agreement with WikiTree for this, but maybe on my servers it could be, but for now I won't even go in that direction.
That's okay. Well, I mean, especially if your focus is mostly ancestors anyways, I think, and as long as we know what those restrictions are up front, I think people are fine using that.
Yep. So nuclear family is also very poor for you. You have one parent, or
yeah, my parents and grandparents are deceased, so they'll show up. But
and you can also check your managed profiles.
Okay, that'll be a lot.
It will show all the profiles that you manage. You will often see some profiles go to 0 degrees longitude and 0 latitude. Those are the ones with ambiguous locations.
Yes, I have to fix those. I really do have to. Some of those showed up before and I didn't fix them, so I'm really going to fix them.
I fixed a few on mine each week, so it's getting better. Now each time that I look at it, I can correct this one now.
That one, yeah, that's right. That's
so good. At least the country is recognized. And
because and just like many of the other apps, if you click on Madeleine Marois, if you click on her name, it'll open up her profile directly. So
yeah, here you can show on WikiTree. You will get in new tab.
So while she's staring you in the face in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, you can fix it.
Here also on the right side is the data for what you clicked on. And here you can then continue from this person and show ancestors of that person or descendants or nuclear family. So if you want to further explore from your grandfather on, and so on.
Nice.
So it will just regenerate the ID. So now we are looking of descendants of.
Oh, look at that. That's a really interesting pattern right there. Wow. So he landed in Newfoundland. That's interesting. I wonder.
Well, actually, it's not that you can't really say by looking at this picture because you would have to. So here in layers, there are a lot of options. So you would actually have to go by generation.
Mm.
So they were.
Uh-oh, what happened?
This is third, fourth,
Oh.
sixth, seventh, eighth,
Hmm.
ninth. So
Hmm.
in each generation, so you can here view them generation by generation.
Okay.
So this is the eighth generation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Interesting.
I'm looking at descendants. So these
Ah,
are
okay. Right, right.
1860, 1890s. And then obviously it gets very narrow very quick.
Yeah.
So in generation 6,
Uh-huh. That's interesting. Yeah. So I know that one place on the triangle there, the leftmost point, that's in Temiskaming,
mhm,
which is in it's basically on the border between Ontario and Quebec in northern Ontario. That's where both of
yeah.
my
Well, you can
French Canadian
always
grandparents
zoom
came
in
from. Yeah.
and
Yep.
see.
Yep. Temiskaming.
Mm,
There we go.
so they died here.
Yeah. Nedelec or Notre Dame. Yeah.
Mm,
Notre
okay,
Dame du
let's
Nord.
just
That's the name of the
show all.
church, I think. Yeah. Very cool.
Mm, yeah, well, that was found by location. I didn't enter all these locations.
Yeah.
After researching what could be useful, I decided to go with GeoNames database that is
Okay.
publicly available, and it has also a lot of aliases and old names in it. So
Oh, good.
I think it served best for what I need or we
Nice.
need.
Okay. Well, if you
So
want to,
here, when you go into
yeah.
detail and on if there are multiple profiles in the same place, they are displaced a bit, so you can see
Nice.
each one separately. And what is drawn? So here we start with a red bullet if birth location is known.
Hmm.
Then we have a arrowed line to the death location, which should be somewhere south of here.
Be in Toronto for
Mm-hmm.
some of those,
Well,
anyways.
we'll come there.
Okay.
And then if it's also in categorized, then the line is extended to the cemetery
Ah.
after the blue dot.
Oh, neat.
Um, I don't think I see that here.
Okay, Roseanne. I thought. Well, I wonder if I put it in
Um, I
because
don't
Roseanne
think
and
it's
Pauline are in the same.
categorized
Actually,
or
they're all in the same cemetery. But did I put it in? Hmm. I may
mm,
not have. No. Oh,
no
I need to go
categories.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
So it would even then end, the line would end at the cemetery.
Hmm.
I'm also thinking of adding the childbirth events in the path and marriage location, but this wasn't really very used until now,
Right. The
so
marriage, I really
I
would like to
didn't
see the
bother
marriage
a lot.
location. The marriage location would be really cool.
Mhm,
I like the idea of the childbirth events too, but that could get really messy with
mhm.
my big French Canadian families.
Well, it was, yeah, but it
14.
was just showed family
Yeah.
migration. The problem would be only if mother and father moved separately.
Oh, that's true too. Yes, yes. And I mean, many of them would be born in the same spot anyway. So it's not a. But you're
Yeah,
right. For
most likely.
migration, yeah, especially for those families that were migrating as the kids were being born,
Uh-huh.
that would show a much clearer picture than just birth, death, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. No, actually those are good ideas. I like that. Now, can I show you the one other app that I think you could do? If you go back
Yeah.
to WikiTree Plus,
I think I know what you mean. The chart, you mean? Or
I'm thinking the circles,
uh-huh.
or we. I'm thinking down at the bottom. Where was it here?
Circles. You mean this?
Family circles, yes.
That's not my app.
Oh, it's not your app. Oh,
Oh,
you know, when I saw it there, I thought, oh, well, he's incorporated into WikiTree Plus.
yes, but I just incorporated the filling of the data. I talked to the author, and he said that it's okay to use it like this.
So whose app is this?
We could most likely also incorporate it on WikiTree itself.
Yeah, I'm thinking in the Tree app.
In Tree app, it might be possible to. I mean, it should be fairly easy to put it also there. So this is kind of three-dimensional circle tree navigator. So if you go to horizontal view, like this, you see me and my brother, my parents, my grandparents, great-grandparents in 4 levels.
Oh, you know what? I've never been coordinated enough to get it to look exactly like that. It's always been on an angle.
And then if you go to the top view, you see here is my starting point. These are me and brother. These are our parents, I think.
Right.
This one and this one. And their siblings. On the circle are their siblings, and in the boundings, in the neighboring circles are parents. So
nice.
It's very similar to your fractal tree.
Yes.
The logic. You just don't display the siblings.
Right. Yes. Right? I don't display the siblings on the fractal tree. Yeah. Now, if two brothers married two sisters, do the circles overlap? They must, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, this is navigatable tree, so I think if you click here,
yes.
No, you can also restart the.
Restart the thing.
You can.
Like put a different person as the primary.
Well, yeah, it's like a starting point. But I don't think it's really. I didn't. I mean, I did try it when I was working on it, but it's not. Here is the.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know.
There a question mark there.
Yeah. So these are it's new version. I think I was writing it for 007. So these are family circles viewer. It's an extension that was on jenica.com. And they have such a model like this, and you can then fill it with predefined stored data, or I do it live from WikiTree Plus data.
Yeah.
Maybe someone can write to fill it with the API, so you would actually get your locations. And images also can be added.
I like that idea. I like that.
Yes, but I don't import images to WikiTree Plus, so
but if we did do this on the tree,
on Tree app, this could be. I think this is few-day work for some programmer. I can help with data preparation since I already did it.
Okay. Very cool. Okay.
I understand their model.
Well, I see David Weinberg is in the chat, and he's been helping out with Hacktoberfest. Welcome to the team, David. Interested in this, David? Can we tempt you to tackle this one? Okay, so we'd have to find. Yeah, great. Anyway, so I think we've come to the end. It looks like Azure was trying to help someone out. Someone was saying that they get a blank screen. Yoka, so that the WikiTree map gives her a blank
Aha,
screen.
the map is blank or everything?
The map is blank for everything.
Or everything. So if it's blank, usually maybe you did start this before and kind of lost settings. So you have to go into layers, and then you select which background you want to see, and you have to turn on the persons and how do you watch the data, or by so most likely you have everything deselected here, and then you have just blank screen like this.
Okay.
This is the case that I noticed occasionally with some users. So you have to go to the layers part and turn things on.
Right. Yeah.
By default, they are on, but if you started WikiTree Plus maps in the past, they could be messed up.
That's right. Yeah. The only other thing that happens to me sometimes is if I'm zoomed way out and there's no data points in that area that I've zoomed out to. So if you zoom in and there's no data points. So if you zoom out so you can see the whole world, ideally you should see someone. Or you could put the name in again.
Aha, you mean like this?
Like that, exactly. Exactly like that.
Any content, yeah.
That worked. Okay. We got it working for Yoka.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay.
Well, here I would also mention that profiles of relatives are just one of the possibilities here. You can also do search.
Oh.
And now we can do
you can search on a catalog.
This cemetery, for instance. I don't know what I will get here.
We'll see.
Usually this is better to be done from the Plus itself.
Yes.
So here you have a search and when you have results you want to see, you just click the map. It displays the same contents. So it's 2,800 profiles.
A little bit of time. It's thinking.
No.
It's not thinking? Fairmont, it should be in New Mexico, so it should be in the States.
Okay. This is
there we go.
Quite big data set, so
yeah,
it's hard to display 2,800 profiles on a map with migration.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It's usually better to display to search for smaller amount. I have some limits, I think, at 5,000 profiles.
That makes sense.
But maybe I should make them smaller. Yeah, especially with such a cemetery like this.
Yeah.
This was a huge cemetery.
Right. Yeah. Very cool.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
Usually, I think around usually around 100 profiles can be mapped nicely. Anything more is usually just a big mess.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay, but here, besides the persons, you have 5 more sections to display. So one is cemeteries. You can hear here is a map of all cemeteries. That doesn't work. because the cemeteries import failed today, I think.
Oh, right, right. So that's
That's
going to affect
why
a lot
we
of things.
have all the red there. Okay, this should
Right.
work in a few hours.
Okay. Yeah, we've made more work for Aleš, or his servers made more work for him. Someone made. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Um, okay, but here you can also.
What's the congregation? There was an option there for congregations. What's that about?
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a whole category structure for congregations.
You mean like churches?
I think so, but I'm not so
Oh,
sure. Um, but okay, here we can also. Uh, yeah, this wasn't finished. Import wasn't finished, so it doesn't work at the moment. It will in a few hours.
right.
But you can display OpenStreetMap cemeteries. So
Oh.
these are cemeteries from OpenStreetMap.
Mm.
Um, it's marked with OSM. And when you come closer, it also shows you the name of the cemetery. So I have also possibility to display Wikidata cemeteries. So and from GeoNames database.
Oh, nice.
I didn't use the Find the Grave ones because it's proprietary data,
Right.
so I don't.
But the other ones are open source.
Yeah, these are all available to be
Nice.
used for non-profit almost always.
Nice. That's good.
So you get find the oh even oh, this is from Sam actually, but so there should be uh, strange. Okay, this is WikiTree category with
Mm-hmm.
location also here. Mount Nebo
Mount Nebo.
Cemetery. It has this Find the Grave Cemetery and also on Wikidata
Oh.
Cemetery. Oh no, this is a wiki. Okay, this is Wikidata Cemetery that is connected to Find the Grave Cemetery. Okay, right.
Okay.
This Q item is
Mm-hmm.
a cemetery, and one of the links is Find the Grave Cemetery ID.
Okay.
So
So they're linked together.
yeah, they would probably also display it here.
Mm-hmm.
And GN are GeoNames cemeteries, so they're I have only locations, and
Mm-hmm.
you can show it on GeoNames.
Okay.
So this is for cemeteries. I mean, here these options, color by
Mhm.
location or by parent, are interesting, but they are not working at the moment.
Right. Yes. Well, until we
Uh,
get that, yeah, that's no
yeah,
problem.
but locations are working, so I can maybe. So here all locations location categories are displayed that have a coordinate in WikiTree.
Okay.
So that's the important part to enter coordinate.
Right.
And now I am coloring these lines by the parent of a category. So
Oh.
usually they should be grouped together. So this is all these are have one parent and the neighboring parent and so on.
Ah. Okay.
So these are groups
Related.
of cemetery
Related.
of locations in same location parent
Right.
location. Um, then you can also color by grandparent.
Mm.
Um, I didn't switch. I need to turn on grouping also. Okay, now you already start to get the maybe the states impressions.
The larger, look at that.
Here, yeah, here is a mixture because different levels of locations are mixed between themselves. So we have one that have Florida as a parent, for instance, and then we have all the counties that has all the places in a county that have a county as a parent. So usually we have multiple networks overlapping. But here, for instance, this green one is obviously the Florida one.
Yeah.
And it looks okay. If it would jump somewhere far, then that's like this one,
that's
this
a problem.
horizontal line.
Oh, yeah.
That's most likely the mistake. Or not. I mean, it needs to be checked, but it can be done all from here. So this has probably plus instead of minus for longitudes.
Oh yes.
I do correct a few of them each week, like this.
Lat long. Yes. That's right.
Often there is just a typo on a coordinate, but sometimes it can be completely wrong.
Azure does that. Azure has a question. Can the one place studies option exclude cemeteries from its list?
It could, but at some point it was said that cemeteries are part of one place studies, and I think they somehow get into the category structure of one. All cemeteries are subcategories of one place study. I also don't like this because we have actually a few hundred of one place studies, but here 80,000 are displayed. So this is something that needs to be resolved. I could actually manually remove the cemeteries from this, but probably Azure needs to say that that's what she wants, because I don't know who, but it was said that at some point that all cemetery categories are automatically one place study. Which is kind of logical.
It's kind of logical, but yeah, if you really only want to see,
since we have such a good cemetery categorization, it's not really useful to replicate it completely,
because it overshadows the if
the important one.
You really want just where are the towns that are being the one place studies. If there's only 630 or so of the one place studies, those are the 630 dots you care about, not the 80,000.
Okay, but this work, you see all the counties here.
Oh, that is so cool. That is really nifty. Yeah. That is very cool. That I like that.
Well, it's a similar picture in cemeteries section, but okay, so she should contact me and we'll work something out.
She said that she'll chat offline.
Then this is geography part. Here I have some actually the imported things into this. So I don't know. I display some. I think I have U.S. states and Canadian states imported, and some regions. I have to turn it on. GeoNames is also here part of the. So this is all from GeoNames. First 5 items. So they do kind of switch. What is displayed is changed as you zoom in. You get more and more details displayed.
Nice.
And then when you are really close, you have a circle. These are these 2 dots that display how many locations were matched to this location.
Oh, okay.
So Val, Bavaria, Germany, it's
Right.
just one. Lochmar, was have
Oh,
all these location. Here you have actually the list of all locations that were you were talking about 2.2 million
wow.
unique locations on WikiTree.
Right. Yes.
So here are all the locations that I translated to Lochmar.
Really.
Uh, yeah.
So some of these are historic names and not current names, right? Or most of them, I
Yes, they are AKA or
think.
historic or who knows what. No, actually, it's just the region. Bodert is not listed actually anywhere. It's too small entity.
Oh, okay.
It's not part of the. It's not part of GeoNames database for now.
Mm,
So it just found Lochmar, and further on it didn't found anything within
mhm.
this region. Because I do very specific search word by word, actually from comma to comma
Right.
for a location, and then I narrow down the search to get to the most likely place
Right.
for entered location. So here you can actually examine how the location was recognized, and in case of some error, you can report to me. Or but here, as you can see, I do understand Germany, Bavaria,
Yes.
German Empire, uh, Deutschland, uh, all those things that are built into Victory Plus are
Nice.
also I do understand them without commas, kind
Wow.
of, not completely,
Kind
but kind
of.
of.
Yeah.
Um, so this is the best I could do on a large scale,
Right.
because I do have to check quite some millions of locations.
Exactly. 2
Each
million
week.
of them. 47 million altogether. 2 million unique. Yeah. Wow. Actually,
Um,
it was quite impressive in that stat of the what was it was 47 million unit
no,
47 locations.
78 million location, right?
Oh. Well, it was over like it was the number that was actually mappable to an actual country was
Mhm.
99%. It was really
So
high.
we have location count is 24 million birth locations, 17
Yeah.
million death locations, and 5 million
Mhm.
marriage locations. So that's 47 million is
47. I
the
thought it was
total
47.
number,
But 46 of them were
plus
mappable.
the private one.
Yeah, yeah. So it's impressive that
Mhm.
most, the vast majority really are mappable.
Well, I work with
Yeah, you
geographic
were.
information systems for my whole life, so
Okay, so
I'm good at something.
oh yeah. Uh-huh.
uh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. Well, it took a while before I decided that GeoNames will be the best name to use
Yeah.
on global scale.
Okay.
I did for Ireland. Uh, I did use a different data source
Hmm.
because they complained that this
Oh, the
is not what
townlands.
they
Yeah.
use. So for Ireland, I do use Townlands IE, but
Right.
for no other place
Right.
there were
Yeah.
such requests that
Yeah. Well,
I
in
should use
our like
some
that is very
alternative.
specific. Those things. I think we have
Yeah, they
one last
have
question, and
hugely
then we should go.
complicated.
Your voice is going to give out on us if we don't
Mhm.
stop soon. But Yoka has one last question. The
Mhm.
ancestor map shows all the names for all the
I
people.
rested for a whole day today.
You did, eh? Well, okay, but I'm feeling bad because you're with the cough. I don't want you to make you more sick. I don't want to have a relapse. Um, can she switch off the names and just see the arrows, the dots and the arrows?
On the map.
Yeah, instead of all the names in the way, sort of thing.
Um, the arrows are on persons.
Yeah.
So she can
When you open that up,
birth and death location are the dots, blue and red dots.
Mm-hmm.
So she can turn it off, and she only has the arrows.
Okay.
It's still messy, but
It's still messy,
and,
but yeah.
and the other way is to put just the dots on. Then you have something like this, which doesn't tell much.
No.
Like, okay, if you are from England and they were migrating towards west,
Mm-hmm.
which is commonly known.
No, she says that's not the question. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what exactly did she ask?
She wants to see the dots and the arrows, but not the people's names. So she wants dots and she wants the migration arrows,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't. Well, I don't see the people's names there. Oh, I guess if you zoom in close enough, then the people's names start appearing. Is that right?
Well, when you zoom in, you see the names. So you would turn off just the names.
Yes, that's what she's
Well,
wondering
you
about.
can adjust the scale so that they disappear. That's one possibility. But if that's something that you really need, I can most likely make a separate option to exclude, to turn on off the names.
Okay. I think that's what she's asking for. So if that's not,
Mm-hmm.
if you can add that to your list, I think that's.
Well, I was already thinking of also birth death location. Do I do that by two options? So to display only birth
Right.
locations
Just
or
birth or
only
just
death
death. Yeah.
locations? But at the beginning, I decided to display it both at once, and that's it.
It makes sense for the
But
initial
it can be adjusted a lot. I mean,
yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Yoki, you've just made a feature request. That's indeed what she wants.
Yeah, request the things, and I will most likely make them.
Aleš is amazing that way. So to keep you being amazing, I think we need to cut this off so you can rest that voice.
Mm-hmm.
Check out what's happening with those cemeteries, get those reports. I'm sorry, I'm giving you more work now, but you were going to do it anyways, I know, right? Yeah, so it's not like I'm making you do it. But now that we found it out, the cemeteries, I'm sure, will be working up and running again shortly later today. Thank you again, Aleš, for joining us for another month.
No problem.
And we'll see you the first week of December. I don't think either of us have anything else going on that first Wednesday of December that we know of right now. So we should be back on the regular schedule. And thank you all who have joined us here in the chat and those who are watching after the fact. And again, if you have other questions or suggestions for Aleš, send him a message, reply to one of the GGG posts, or put a, I mean, you could put a comment in the video, YouTube video, but the GGG post or on Discord is a better place to look.
Well, on video, it most likely won't be seen because only Eowyn gets notified.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anywhere else.
Anywhere else. Anywhere else. Like this video and have a great week. We'll see you around. Thanks, Aleš.
Bye.
Bye.